I have all the pieces here needed to build a 3-post trophy kit. I've laid all the parts out on the table, I've got my packing list to compare to, and my instructions. Now remember, if you've purchased multiple kits, you need to measure your column sizes and your rods to make sure they're the right pieces for the trophy that you're building. I've got the right parts here, and I'm going to start by adding a coupler to the short threaded end of the rod, and then the eagle trim to the end of that. Once I've got 3 of those, it's time to attach them to the lid. The lid has a beveled edge on the top and a countersink on the bottom for a hex nut. I like to pass the rods through the lid all upright. It makes it easier and faster. And then you set everything down on the table so that you can continue assembly. The next step is to use the check ring and the column, but you want to make sure that the check rings sit inside the column so that the lip faces away from the wood of the lids. If you've got it backwards, you can crush it. Now that the check rings and the columns are attached to all the rods, it's time to install the base. You want to carefully put the metal threaded section of the rods into the holes in the base, being careful not to disassemble what you've already done. Just get it aligned enough so that you can put the hex nuts on the ends of the rods, but don't make it too tight. You still need to line everything up. So I'll put these hex nuts on, and then I'm going to line up the pieces so that I can make them exactly the way I want. Okay, now that I've got all the pieces together, I want to make sure that my check rings are seated with the columns, which they are, and then I want to line all the pieces up. On the 3-post, I like to make the eagles face forward, but it's your trophy. You build it any way you like. And then once you get everything where you want it, you just want to tighten it up. Now, you don't want to make it too tight. You just want to get it tight enough so that the parts don't move when the trophy's being handled. Too tight and you can break things. Okay, now that that's done, I want to move on to the upper section of the trophy. Using the short threaded end of the rod and a coupler, we're going to attach our figure to the rod. This one is a winged wheel, but we've got hundreds to choose from on our website. I'm going to put a cup lid through, put the rod through the cup, and attach the lid to the cup like so. Take your marble lid, shiny side up, put the cup through there, and then take our oval column and attach these pieces to the trophy. Now, you're not going to be able to get this done in just one step. You're going to have to use your hex nut, hold all the pieces together, and get all the individual parts lined up before you tighten it completely. So just get it there enough so that it'll hold together and you can align it, make it the way you like it, and then tighten your hex nut. Then we've got to do the lower trim, which in this case is going to be an eagle. Uses a hex nut to hold that together. And right there in the middle. Get it tight, and now it's time to move on to the nameplate. The nameplate has double-sided tape on the back. So you peel the tape off and then align it in between the pieces with your fingers. Be careful not to bend the nameplate. They're made of metal and you can warp it. But once it's where you want it, just set it down and run your finger across it to make the tape stick. And here we have our 3-post trophy from trophykits.com.